This is stupid. This is so stupid.
It's LeahMouseVlog, LeahMouseVlog, it's LeahMouse's vlog.
So I wasn't gonna vlog this because my personal fiasco struggles aren't something that I like to parade around on the internet and on YouTube, especially when it comes to candles and my candle customers. It's not like I wanted to keep it a secret, it's just I thought that it would be a simple fix and it would be fine and not noteworthy. I was wrong. I'm behind on candles now because today is my only day off this week, which means last night was candle night. The candles are not made because I ordered a fresh case of wax, okay, from the people I normally order from. So I'm going to show you this if you can even see it. All right, this is the bag. It's in the trash now, but this is the bag that the wax was in that arrived to me. Hopefully this camera is good enough to pick up on this. I don't know if you guys can see. I know you can see the little wax, but do you see all those droplets? You see all that? That is everywhere. Everywhere inside the bag. You see the water droplets? Yeah, it's pretty obvious, right? Okay, inside the bag, okay? This is, I just dumped this out today, okay? See all that water? Okay. So when I got the case Wednesday, I was really happy. I'm like, goody, I can make my candles, the orders, and the stuff for the giveaway, get them out, done. I opened up the box. The box wasn't wet. The box was perfectly dry. The box is actually sitting right over here. That's the box. I put a new bag in it, okay? The box is fine. The inside of the box was fine, okay? I thought nothing of it. I opened up my wax like normal. I was gonna pour the remaining one from the previous bag that I had in there, which was just a little bit, not enough to make really anything. And I usually dump it in there and start over, you know, FIFO, first in, first out. And as soon as I opened up the bag, I saw one of those water droplets on the top, on the inside, and I was like, oh no. And then I started sifting my hand through the wax, and it was just soaking wet. And the farther I reached down into it, I discovered the bottom of the bag underneath all the wax was just absolutely swimming, soaking wet, waterlogged. And the wax at the bottom was actually discolored. It was like a yellow because it was so wet, right? Now, some of you guys might not know a lot about candles or wax. I'm about to enlighten you. Any amount of moisture in wax, when you're making candles with it, very bad. Very, very bad. Not only can it cause discoloration, it can affect the burn because once the flame hits the moisture, it can cause the flame to fizzle out and not burn all the way through, so quality is affected twofold. Most importantly though, if you burn a candle that has moisture in it, when the flame and heat reaches those little moisture beads that are trapped inside the wax, it immediately turns to steam and the candle can literally explode. So obviously I can't use this wax, right? So I'm like, first of all, what the heck happened? Why did I get a bag of wax that was waterlogged? And how was the box not wet? I was like, was it raining? Like, was the bag not sealed properly? But how was the box not wet? I was so confused. I was like, okay. I emailed the company and I explained to them what's going on. I'll actually read you my exact email. This is what I said. So my email to them, I was very polite because I understand the importance of not being a Karen as someone who deals with very, very, very occasional order issues. Like, so, you know, sometimes people get a broken candle or you know, they just don't like it or something. I don't know. It doesn't happen very often, but you know, I really appreciate when people aren't Karens about it because it's just like human to human, just be civil. You know, I understand that you have a problem, but we got to work together to figure this out. So just like, don't yell at me and be nasty about it. So my email, it's right here. Yeah, this is the email that I sent them. Basically, I said, it's like, hi there, I've been ordering wax and supplies for your company for years. I've always been extremely satisfied with your products and customer service, and I appreciate you very much. That being said, there was apparently an unfortunate mishap with my recent order of a case of 464 golden soy wax, and I put my order number. The box was undamaged and perfectly dry. However, when I opened the bag inside, there were droplets of water inside the bag, and the wax was damp to the touch. The more I dug down into the case, I discovered the bottom of the bag and most of the wax was completely waterlogged. As I'm sure you would be aware, water in soy wax is a very bad thing. I had to split the wax between two other boxes in the original bag, put a dehumidifier in the center of the waxes to try to dry it out. It's working very, very slowly on the boxes I transferred the wax to, but the original bag, where most of the wax still is so waterlogged, and the bottom of the wax is actually somewhat yellow and not drying at all. I can thankfully use some of the wax right away since I need to, but I feel like it will take a long while to get all of the wax usable if I even can. I have no idea how the inside of the bag is soaking wet, yet the box wasn't wet at all. Very puzzling. But I figured this was an issue you should be aware for the future. I will continue to order from you. I'm very aware this is likely a freakish, isolated incident. Quite inconvenient, but sort of funny in a way. Thank you for your time and awesome service. Okay, so I was trying to be nice, even though I was pissed. I was pissed. But, again, be civil, be nice. More results, right? So she responded, and she told me to give her a call, and she doesn't know what happened. Fair enough. So I called her yesterday, and I was at work. I need my gizmo. Oh my gosh, I need nicotine. I'm so ticked off right now. And I also just recorded like this entire thing and apparently hadn't actually hit the record button. So that was fun. So what she told me when I spoke to this lady on the phone, oh, you can kind of see what's going on over my shoulder there. She told me that apparently this can happen sometimes in production because apparently something about the wax making process when they make the wax, it involves water or moisture or something. And I mean, I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about wax production. I just make the candles, okay? And I guess she said that if you get the very first case or the very last case of the production line, because they pull it right from the thing and just throw it in the bag and seal it up and put it aside, whatever, on the pallet, apparently there's still a bunch of moisture in either the first case or the last case, and it just gets sealed up in there, and that can happen. It's just something that can happen. And I'm just like, okay, well, I'm glad to have an explanation. That's great. But I still have 50 pounds of wax that, like, I can't use. So what do we do, right? These orders should be shipping today, but they still aren't even made yet because of this wax situation, right? I asked her, I'm like, okay, well, what are we going to do about this? And she said, we'll just put out a towel on a table, just lay out a towel on a table and pour the wax on it and just let it air dry and it should be fine. It should be fine by, you know, by like tomorrow or something. And I'm just like, first of all, 50 pounds of wax. Lady, have you ever taken a stroller around your warehouse? Do you know how much wax that is? A towel on a table? What kind of tables do you have at home? You have like a banquet table for the Jolly Green Giant, Hagrid, and the Incredible Hulk? Like, I'll show you. I'll show you. I took her advice. It's not working. This is a towel on a table. It's actually our kitchen counter. It's taking up like the whole thing. And this is my little dehumidifier. This has been sitting here for about 12 hours. Some of it is okay. It's still a little damp. I wouldn't call it usable just yet. It's better than it was, but it's still a little damp. This is what I salvaged. I have it in here. It's mostly okay. From what I can tell, it feels about like it's supposed to. It's not damp. It's not wet. It's, you know, dry for the most part. There's a couple of little beads maybe in there, but this is like the entire case. This should be heaping. This is how much wax we should have going on right now, and we've got that little tiny bit. So this is drying. Maybe. I can't really tell if it's drying. I don't know. And then over here, we've got another towel with some wax. This one, I only have one dehumidifier, so it's not possible to, but no, yeah, this is still damp. I don't feel comfortable using this. So yeah, I don't know how long this is going to take. This has been sitting here for 12 hours too, so I don't know. So there's that too. And then this is the rest of it. And it is still actively wet. Like, it is wet. I know you can't tell on video, but yeah, It's wet, and it is wet all the way through. All of this is wet. Yeah, my hand, I feel like I just washed my hands after pulling my hand out of there and touching that. It's wet, okay? So, unusable. And who knows how long it's going to take just these 2 towels to dry. This is taking up my workspace. This is taking up my entire workspace and the kitchen counter over there. And this is like a quarter of it. And this lady wanted me to dump out 50 pounds of wax and let this happen. Okay, first of all, if you have a known production issue, the fact that she had an explanation for me that, yes, this can happen, this is what happened, you likely got the first or last case of the production line, this is what has happened. The fact that there's a known production issue, it wasn't just like oh my gosh, that's so unfortunate, I'm so sorry, here's a credit on your account. That's how I was expecting it to go, okay? But no, she actually had a prepared answer. Like, she had an answer. But the solution was, well, you know, just this is how you can solve it at home. Which it's clearly not, because like I said, last night was candle making night. That was it. This stuff should be packaged and waiting for USPS right now to pick it up in like 2 hours. And the wax is still drying. I can't use it. So I don't think that it's good business practice. If you have a known issue, you send it out anyway, and then tell the customer just how to try to solve the problem on their own. I mean, I paid $160 for this, and this is taking up time that I don't have. So what I did, I knew I had to make these candles for the contest and for the orders. The orders are coming in now. It's getting close to Halloween. I gotta get these out of here, right? I tried to make some candles with some wax that I thought was okay. I wasn't using the wet wax. I was using the layers that I thought were dry enough. I was incorrect. Let me show you. This is such a pain in the butt, I swear to God. I have a solution though, we're getting there. Just don't worry. This isn't a total fiasco. I mean, it is, but... Okay, so these are some of the candles that I tried to make last night. I want to show you. Just gonna grab one. Okay. Do you see all of those little beads on the bottom there? You see that? Yeah, that's water. Okay, let me show you one of my candles that I made. It is not supposed to look like that. It is supposed to be smooth and just be, you know, wax. Soy wax. Yeah, it's supposed to be smooth and it's supposed to be soy wax. It is not supposed to have those beady bubbly things in there because that's moisture. That's water. And what happens when I poke it? It's wet when I bring my finger back up out of it. And yeah, you can actually see where I just swirled my finger in there. You see all that moisture? Yeah. Yeah, that's bad. That's really, really bad. So I can't in good conscience send these out. So what I'm doing, I've already started the process. These I half poured last night. Now they're empty because I have been literally digging the wax out of the jars so that I'm not out the jars anyway, and wiping it very clean with paper towels to get all that moisture out of there. But yeah, I've had to dig the wax out of the candles that I've already started to make. So I'm out fragrance because I used fragrance in this, you know? Luckily, I'm not out the jars because I'm making sure I'm not out the jars by digging the wax out, literally. I'm ticked off that I'm out the fragrance, though, because some of these, I only had just enough for the orders that came in. So this is really inconvenient, and it is time-consuming digging this wax out. And then I'm also stuck with all this wax that I just can't use. It's taking up all this space. Like, what am I supposed to do? So I sent another email today, because I am not happy about this in the slightest. So this is the email that I sent her this morning, filling her in on my displeasure. And it says, "Good morning. I thought after we spoke yesterday on the phone that this issue would resolve to my satisfaction, but I'm sorry to say I'm much more frustrated today than I was yesterday about this. Your advice of laying the wax out on a towel to air dry is very time consuming and takes up a lot of space. 50 pounds of wax is a lot. I have orders I need to fill, and I only have a small window of time to be able to make my candles outside of my regular full-time job. This wax is sitting around my kitchen and my workspace on towels with a dehumidifier running right next to it, taking up a lot of room, and there isn't nearly enough of it that is dried to be able to use it. I tried using some that I thought would be fine, but the moisture was very evident in the candles. I ended up wasting fragrance, wicks, and jars on candles that I cannot in good conscience send to customers since they are full of moisture. I simply don't have the space or time to wait for 50 pounds of wax to fully dry to be able to fill my orders with it, as October is a very busy month for my specific candle business, and my customers are expecting their orders well before Halloween. And I'm thinking that since this is an issue that production is aware of, since you provided me with a sound explanation as to why my wax case was waterlogged, and I don't mean just a little damp. The bottom of the inside of the bag was literally soaking wet. Then perhaps greater care should be taken that your customers aren't being sent cases of wet wax and then have to go to these great lengths of inconvenience to correct it themselves. I know you offered to swap it out. She did. She's like, we can swap it out. But I can't figure piling all of this back into the box and trying to repackage it and hauling it somewhere to pay to ship it back. This whole situation has become very inconvenient for me, and the bottom line is that I need a usable case of wax like right now. More like yesterday, as now I am already behind due to this. If we could please come to a resolution that eases the major inconvenience I've had to deal with, that would be wonderful. Thank you for your time. I still try to remain polite, even though I'm super pissed off. The way I worded it was, I'm a little bit more frustrated today, but what I really wanted to say was, you guys, this sucks, send me a new case now. Obviously I can't wait. Even if they send it, I can't wait. It's Friday weekend. I can't wait. This stuff has to go out like now. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna finish digging out the candles that I've already started to make. I should be asleep right now. The plan is to stay up Thursday nights and make candles and sleep during the day on Friday since I'm off work. That obviously got derailed because I did stay up because I tried to make these and it didn't work out. And then I had to lay out all this wax and try to deal with that. So I'm tired. I should be sleeping right now. I want to be sleeping right now, but I can't because now I have to start all over. I have to dig the wax out of the candles I already started, make sure the jars are nice and clean and nice and dry, start all over. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to go Hobby Lobby and get me a 10-pound bag of soy wax. Hopefully 10 pounds is enough. If it's not, I'm pretty good at gauging how much wax, you know, I need for candles and stuff, and I think 10 pounds should be adequate. I'm gonna just go buy a bag. It's gonna be way more expensive to buy it from the store rather than, like, you know, wholesale in the case, but I need wax. I need usable wax and I need it now. So I gotta go do that, come back, start over, make these candles again with wax that I know I can trust, get these things packaged, and then see what this company does about it or says about it, because this is crap. Like, this is legitimate, unadulterated crap. I've never had to deal with this before. 12 years of ordering 50-pound cases of wax. Not once have I ever gotten the first or last case off the production line that was, like, completely full of water. So I'm taking care of my customers. I refuse to send a product that, you know, may or may not explode. This is a huge inconvenience for me, and I hope that the lady at the company understands this now, and it's not okay. It's really not okay. I just can't believe that I have to dig out all these candles that I already started. Like, it's unreal. It's a good thing that I didn't pour the 4 ounces. I got the 4 ounces sitting over here. These are still empty. Thank God I didn't pour them. I poured 1 and it's questionable, so I'm just gonna have to redo it. But yeah, it's a good thing I didn't do those too, because that would have sucked, being out all those tins, because I wouldn't have been able to dig those stuff out of those tins. So yeah, we're starting from scratch. I gotta go to Hobby Lobby. I'm so tired. This is bull. This is absolute freaking bull. I'm very annoyed. So I have to go fork out some money for some overpriced wax just to make these orders. And this company better do something. They better give me a credit or send me a new case or something. I just don't think it's right that they're like, yeah, this can happen sometimes. Sorry it ruined your day, and sorry it's gonna set you back a bunch of time and inconvenience and space in your house, but you know. So if you're seeing this and wondering why things are taking a little bit longer to get to you, This is why, but I'm doing my best. I'm trying my best to only be a day behind rather than like a week, because Halloween is coming and I want to get these things to you guys, especially the prize winners. You know, y'all need your stuff. I already took too long sending melodies. I felt bad taking a long time to send melodies, but like I was so busy. I was so busy with work and getting all this stuff done, and it just took me a minute, but I'm getting it. I'm going to be better about it on these, or at least I intended to be. So guess we'll be sacrificing sleep for another day. Okay, I gotta go get this wax and get started, but I'm glad to have shared this experience with you. Yeah, you want to see how mushy this is? It's like, look at that. That's from all that moisture in there. This is what it would be like if the wax weren't dried, but this was the first layer and it was literally sitting there for more than 12 hours and it is like mush, absolute mush. That is how waterlogged this wax is. It is completely unacceptable. Yeah, now my fingers are wet. That's not wax oil, that's water. God. So in the continuing saga of the candle fiasco from hell, I had to go to Michael's to get wax because Hobby Lobby didn't have any. So we got 9 pounds of wax here for $50. But because Michael's had a bunch of Halloween stuff 60% off, since their stuff was pretty much picked over and they've got like all Christmas stuff out now because it's October 20th, I couldn't resist. I just had to get this. I also, for some reason, bought skull brain candles. I got an orange one and a purple one. I make no sense, but I guess, to be fair, I can't make these specific types of candles, so. Right, Teeny? And I also got this cute little jar. This little pumpkin that says trick or treat. Whatever. I think it was like $6 with the discount, so like, you know, whatever. Okay, no more screwing around. Teeny, what are you doing? You found the paper, and you have to lay on it. These are Mama's candles that she inexplicably bought. Alright, well, you nestle in there on the piece of paper on Scrappy's bed and have yourself a nice time. And now I gotta get my button gear and get some of these candles made. It is now noon 30. This stuff should be being picked up by USPS right now, but instead I'm just now gonna start trying to get towards making them. First I have to clear off my workspace back there. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that wax. I got most of the jars cleaned out. There's still some over there. I have to work on that yet. This is stupid. This is so stupid.